It's a photo that has really made the rounds on social media. By now, if you're on social media, chances are you're an Arizona sports fan, you've probably seen it. It's a picture, left to right, of Kyler Murray, Corbin Carroll, and Devin Booker. And Gambo, you said it very well earlier in the show. It's the kind of picture that if you're an Arizona sports fan, a true Arizona sports fan.
That thing blown up and signed.
Amen. Get blown
That's
up.
a classic photo.
Signed. Audio. I mean, everyone's got a great smile. They all look at, if you're a true Arizona sports fan, you're looking at the three of them going, that's it, right? Like that's on our social media poll question of the day. We're asking people like one word that comes to mind or a phrase that comes to mind. For me, it's hopes and dreams. As an Arizona sports fan, my hopes and dreams are tied up in
ready?
Not just those three guys, but in large part those three guys.
Let's play a game.
Okay.
First to win a championship out of those three
will be the one on the right, Devin Booker.
Guy who will win the most championships
will be the guy. Ooh. Well, first of all, you're going to answer this too? You're going to answer your own question for the first one? No?
I'm just asking you. I'm asking this to me. I'm the moderator.
I'm the captain now, says Gambo. That's fine. The guy to win the most?
Yeah. How many championships total are in that picture? When all is said and done, in 20 years from now.
Oh, boy.
When you're visiting my burial site, bringing me flowers or whatever it is.
Whoa. What?
You're dead in 20 years?
Oh, maybe. Who knows?
Man, good vibes just went whoosh, gone. All those good vibes we were slinging yesterday on the Burns and Gambo show, forget about that. We're done with that.
How many total championships do you project with those three guys?
Three.
Three?
Three.
Arizona's got one in their total existence.
Three.
You got three championships there.
I can't decide. It's. I hate to say this. It's none for Kyler. I can't decide whether it's two for Corbin and one for Book or two for Book and one for Corbin.
Isn't it
But I think there's
easier?
three in there.
Wouldn't it be easier to win it as Kyler? You don't have to play 7-game series. You're just get a home, win the division, get a home game, go win a couple of games and win the Super Bowl. Think about the amount of games you have to win.
Piece of cake.
I'm not saying it's a piece of cake, but I mean, if you build the right team, we've seen Larry Fitzgerald in the Super Bowl. We've seen Carson Palmer take a team one win away from the Super Bowl.
Look,
I just think the right team in football. We've seen a wild card team. Well, it actually happened with the Diamondbacks too. So I don't know that I would say that it's not easier for Kyler. I don't know that I would say 0 for Kyler. It might be 0 for all of them, to be honest with you.
Potentially, it could be. Potentially, yeah. It was KD's Boardroom and MLB. Boardroom is his company that he runs, like his media company. KD's Boardroom and MLB teamed up for an event recently, and these three guys took a picture. Now, later, there's a picture of Kyler and Corbin and KD, and that one's just not quite as iconic for whatever reason. It just doesn't resonate the way the first one did. I don't. That's a really good question. I would love to hear your take on how many you think they'll win.
Can I do one more?
Yeah, well, please.
Okay.
Go ahead. I like this. This is fun.
The Arizona, the monuments with the 5 guys.
Oh, the
What's
Mount
that
Rushmore.
called? The Mount Rushmore.
4 guys. 4 guys.
Who's on the Mount Rushmore for Arizona sports right now?
Are we counting
now?
Are we counting Tucson sports or just Metro Phoenix?
The Arizona, the state of Arizona.
The state of Arizona.
The 4 guys that you would put up on. There's 4 on the Mount Rushmore.
I would put Jerry Colangelo.
Okay, Jerry Colangelo.
I would put Lute Olson. I would put Randy Johnson.
Okay.
And I would put Larry Fitzgerald. That's my Mount Rushmore of Arizona sports.
Colangelo, Lute, Randy Johnson, Larry Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my Mount Rushmore. Devin wins a championship, he's booting somebody off.
How many of those guys could end up being on there? Could
potentially all 3.
The first guy off that list, probably Lute.
Probably.
Okay. The second guy off that list might be Jerry. Might be a player. Might be a player so you would still have Randy and Larry. So in 20 years, could it be Randy, Larry, Booker, and Corbin Carroll?
Yeah, it could. And look, this is going to set. Yes, it could be.
That's iconic. That's iconic careers.
It is. It is. And this is meant. This is going to be very disrespectful to Kyler, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Kyler. My faith in him as being a part of this isn't as strong as the other two guys. And I don't think I'm alone on that one.
Well, it shouldn't be, because I think that we're still kind of the jury's.
Yeah.
Like Corbin Carroll and Devin Booker right now, if I said, you're going to make a bet that these guys are going to be in the Hall of Fame in their respective careers, you'd probably bet more than a lunch.
Yes.
You'd probably say, I'll go car payment on Carroll and Booker.
Yeah.
And with Kyler, you probably wouldn't. You'd probably say, I'll take a lunch on it. Like, he's going to put up really good numbers. And when his career is done and over, Kyler Murray's going to have terrific numbers that might be Hall of Fame worthy.
But I hope Kyler belongs on this photo. You know, like I don't want him to not belong on this photo. I just don't know if that the planned longevity. I know Devin Booker is going to be here a while and he's going to be really good. I know Corbin Carroll's going to be here a while. He's going to be really good. Kyler, I don't know. This year's a big year for Kyler.
That photo is going to motivate him,
I would hope.
He's going to be motivated by being around two guys that have a chance to be iconic in Arizona sports history. And it may motivate him to be, I want to be just as good as they are.
All right.
I want to be valued just as good as they are.
First one to win a championship out of these three. I'm reversing the flow.
The first one to win a championship will be Devin Booker.
Okay. How many championships will the three combine for?
2.
2? For the record, if you were asking me the over-under, I would have set it at 2.5.
Okay.
That's kind of the range I was thinking. And then what was the third question you asked me?
Who do you think is the best
Rushmore.
looking out of all three guys? No.
Who would be on your Mount Rushmore of Arizona sports?
Oh, that's a good question. I've got
You'd have to
28 years here.
Uh-huh.
I don't have the same amount of time as you do, but I would agree with Jerry Colangelo and I would agree with Randy Johnson. Do you put Barkley or any of the old Suns on that
Barkley's
list?
my fifth. Barkley would be my fifth. He's the guy that
You got to put Fitz.
Do you put Pat Tillman?
Oh, that's such a good one.
You could put Tillman.
That's
yeah.
such a good one.
Could you put? I mean, guys that under consideration:
Yeah,
Tillman, Kurt Warner.
I wasn't thinking about Pat, but that's a good one. Kurt would be. I put Lute on there because
he delivered a championship.
He more than a
He
championship.
built a program that's an elite program. Yeah.
He built an elite program out of nothing. I mean, and he stayed. He could have left, and he stayed, and he built an elite program. And for the years when college basketball mattered way more than it matters now, Lute Olson was a titan. He was an absolute titan in the sport. But to Lauren's point, if I'm doing a sub in, sub out, I could very easily be convinced to sub in Pat and sub out Lute, especially. And that's why I asked you about the Tucson thing. Because if you're just telling me Phoenix area sports, then I don't have to include, not that I have to include Lute, but it's a lot easier. Okay, now he's not on my list. But if you're telling me the state of Arizona, it's hard to ignore what Lute Olson did.
Now, what
if
you did an infamous Mount Rushmore?
like the,
Alex Avila, Levi Brown, Madison Bumgarner, Cody
bigger.
Ross.
Not just the guys that you had issues with. You got to think big.
Marcus Morris.
Robert Ory for throwing a towel in Danny Ainge's face and breaking Steve Nash's, everything, right? Dirty foul by Robert Ory. Who he's got the play call in my head. You got to think like John Paxson is on the infamous list.
But he's not an Arizona guy. I was thinking if you're an Arizona guy.
Okay, an Arizona. Okay.
If you're an Arizona guy.
Robert Ory was in Arizona.
He did play for the Suns.
Yeah.
He did play for the Suns.
Yeah. I love this picture. I'm fascinated. We didn't even get into the planned topic of this picture, and we probably will a little later.
I had fun with it.
Oh, no, it was fun. It was fun. But what I want everyone to be thinking about is there a market that has it better than we do with these three?
You could have lunch with any one of those three guys. Who you picking?
Kyler.
Me too.
Kyler.
Me too. You could have lunch
This
with
is fun. I'm glad you did this. This is
you
good.
could have lunch with any one of those three players.
You want to drive the rest of the show? This is great. Just go ahead. Here, I'll give you the wheel. Go for it.
No, I don't. Kidding me?
I would choose Kyler.
Kyler to have lunch with.
Yeah.
Lauren, you can have lunch with any one of those guys.
Corbin Carroll.
Okay.
Mitch?
I think I'm going to go with Kyler, too.
Okay, there you go. Why don't we make that a question? Let's have fun with it. Let's make that a question. If you could have lunch with any one of these three, make it a poll. Make it a poll.
You know what?
And let's have fun with it.
I'm calling an audible right now.
Yeah.
I'm calling an audible.
Okay, you're allowed.
602-260-9870. 602. Can I do this?
Of course you can.
All right,
Of
let's
course.
do it.
Let's have fun.
Let's take some calls on this
You're
one.
the driver.
I am. I'm
I
taking the
think.
wheel back. I'm taking the wheel. I was giving him the wheel for a second. I'm like, no, gimme. 602-260-9870. 602-260-9870. The questions Gambo asked me, we ask you. How many championships are in this picture? Who's the first to win a championship in this picture? Who would you like to have lunch with in this picture?
I like the who would you like to have lunch with?
Yeah, I mean, you can answer whichever
have
one
lunch
you
with
want.
any one guy.
Kyler Murray, Corbin Carroll, Devin Booker.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.